What's up guys? Welcome to another Rise of Kingdoms video. Today I will go over the list of all infantry commanders with you guys and I will rank each and every one of them. We will do it differently this time. I don't like how commanders are currently being ranked right now. We will go to each commander and we will assign each of them a score for attack, a score for defense, and a score for support. Commanders will be ranked at the end based on their total scores. So what criteria I used to give the commander points? I can share with you guys the criteria that I use. So for defense, you get 1 point for 10% health, 10% defense, 5% damage reduction, every 500 damage factor, shield or heal, 10% attack reduction, every 2 seconds of silence, and for attack, you get 1 point for 10% attack boost, 500 damage to a single target, 300 AoE damages, 10% normal attack damage, 10% counter attack damage, 10% skill damage, or 5% damage increase. So those are the criteria that I use to gauge the commander points. The criteria will also be posted in the description box, so you guys can check it out later. So let's go right into it. Let's first start with Richard. Let's go to let's score him for attack. So for attack point, let's go to his skill list and see which skill give him some attack points. So here you have a counter attack damage bonus 10%, so he get 1 point for attack. He also get a infantry attack bonus of 15% here, so he get another 1.5 point for attack. I don't think there any more. So for Richard, he get 1 plus 1.5, okay, 2.5 for attack. Let's go to his defense. So first we have a healing bonus of 1400, and he also have 30% healing enhancement. So he heal about 2000-ish healing. So he get 4 points in defense for that skill. He also have a 30% damage reduction debuff for 2 seconds. So 30% divided by 5, so we get 6 points, but it only applies for 2 seconds, so it's about 30% of the time. So we give him 2 points. So 30% damage reduction for 2 seconds, he get 2 points in defense fight. He also have a infantry defense boost of 15%, so he get another 1.5 points for defense. He also have a 15% damage reduction over here, and another 5% damage reduction from the expertise. So he had 20% damage reduction permanently, and that will give him another 4 points for defense. So in total for his defense, we get 4 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1.5, which leave him at 11.5. So his defense score is 11.5. For support, he has that his active skill is an AoE damage reduction debuff in a fan shape area for 2 seconds, and it can affect up to 5 targets. A very good debuff, very good support for the team. So I would say I gave him 3 points for his support skills. So in total, he will get 2.5 plus 11.5 plus 3, which leave him at 17 points in total. So we will go to our tier list and we will put Richard to 15 to 17 points. Okay, we'll go back to the game and we'll go to the next commander. Next commander we have is Alex. So let's first go to Alex and see what attack points he can get. And let me reset the point for Alex here. Okay. All right, Alex. So his first skill, he gave 30% damage increase for 4 seconds. Um, so we say we get 1 point for every 5% damage increase. So for 30% damage increase, you get 6 points. But this only applies for 4 seconds, which is about half the time. So we will divide that 6 point by 2, and he will get 3 points for that 30% damage increase reduction for 4 seconds. So we get 3 points. He also has a direct damage factor of 1700 with 10% chance. Let's see. So a cycle of skill, like you go to one cycle of a skill damage is in about 9 to 10 seconds. And with 10% chance, the skill activate in about once every 20 seconds. Like I've looked to quite a lot of reports, and I have seen sometimes it take even more than 20 seconds to activate. Sometimes it take a little bit less than 20 seconds, but the average time is about 20 seconds. So 10%, so every 20 seconds he deal about 1700 damage, which is half of the, which is 2 times the skill damage cycle. So we say for every 500 damage we get a commander 1 point. So 1700 damage we get him 3 points, but then since he can only use that skill once every 2 cycles of skill damage, so we will have to divide by half, which leave him at 1.5 points. So that for his 10% chance to deal 1700 damage skill. He also immune to any kind of damage reduction, so very good. So we give him another 1 point for it. Let's see if we have any attack boost. So we have an infantry attack bonus boost by 30%. So we say we get 1 point for every 10%. So 30%, he get 3 points. And he also have a chance to get 40% more attack bonus when his shield is down. So when he doesn't have the shield, he have 40% attack bonus. And his shield is up assuming 50% of the time. So we'll say 40% attack bonus 50% of the time. So 4 points divided by half is 2 points. So he get another 2 points for attack. So in total, he get for his attack, he has 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1.5, which leave him at 10.5 for attack. So that his attack score is 10.5. Let's go to his defense stats and see how much defense points he can get. So he has 1200 damage factor shield, which leave him at 2.5 points for defense. He also have a chance to get 30% defense boost when his shield is up, which is assumingly 50% of the time. So we get him 3 divided by 2, which is 1.5 points more for defense. So, and I think that's about it. He doesn't have any other points for defense. So his total defense points is 2.5 plus 1.5, which is 4. 4 points in defense. Let's go to supports and see if he has any support skill. First skill, he provide an ally with 600 shield. Pretty good, like the range is very huge. Also, provide 30% damage taken in screen for 4 seconds up to 3 targets nearby. Again, a huge area, so any of your allies nearby will have that 30% damage increase if they attack any of the affected targets. So For his support scores, I would say he get 4 points. Because if any target in that 4 second, any enemy target in the 4 second will take an extra 30% damage more. And it's not just coming from him. Any marches nearby, any of your ally march nearby attack any of those targets, they will get that 30% damage bonus. This can be very, very huge. So he get 4 points for supports. So let's add him up. So we have his score, a total score is 10.5 plus 4 plus 4, which leave him at 18.5. So let's go to our tier list. And we have Alex at 18.5, and we'll put him at from 18 to 20. So he 18.5 points. Next one we have is Martel. Let's go to Martel skill. For attacks, first skill, 30% damage increase for 5 seconds. So 5 seconds again is about half, 50% of the time. So 30% damage increase, we say we gave 1 point for every 5% damage increase. So we get 6 points total, but it only applies 50% of the time, so we gave him 3 points for attack. Defense 20%, march speed, health 20%. Counter attack damage bonus 30%. So we say we get 1 point for every 10% of counter attack damage. So he get another 3 points for attack. So his attack total, I forgot to reset. Remove. So he get 3 plus 3, which is 6 attack points for Martel. Let's go to his defense. He get 1200 shields, which gave him at 2.5 points for defense. He also get a 20% defense and 20% health, which gave him a total of 4 points for defense. So in total, he get a 2 plus 2 plus 2.5, which is a 6.5 in defense. Support. He doesn't have any support skills, so we'll leave him at 0. So his total points is 6 plus 6.5, which is 12.5. So we go back to the tier list again. We'll go to Martel, and we'll leave him at from 12 to 14. Okay, going to the next commander, we have a Constantine. Let's go to and see how much points he can get for attack. Attack reduction. Okay, so he has an increased tube attack by 15%. I think that's the only stats boost he get for attack. So we gave him a 1.5. So he get a 1.5 points for attack. 1.5. Let's see for his defense. So first for his defense, we get a 40% attack reduction for 5 seconds. So 5 seconds again is about half the time. We say we gave 1 point for every 10% attack reduction. So he get 4 points for 50% of the time, which is 2 points. So he get 2 points in defense. His buff also provide a 10% damage reduction for 5 seconds. So 1 point for 5%, so you get 2 points. But then again 5 seconds, which is only 50% of the time, so he get 1 point again for defense. What else does he has? He has infantry health bonus of 40%. So he get 4 points for that 40% health. So in total, he get actually I think okay. So he also have another 5% increase in defense. I forgot about his expertise. So oh, and he has heal also. So for 5% increase in defense, he gets 0.5 points. And for 15,000 healing, one time healing, will give him 1 point. We'll give him 1 point for that 15,000 one-time healing, which is leave him at the total defense of 2 plus 1. He also has that 40% skill damage taken reduction at 50% when he below 50%. We need to add that in too. So 40% damage reduction, 40% skill damage reduction at below 50%. So we say we get 1 point for every 10% skill damage. So we get 4 points. 4 points 50% of the times 2. But it's not as effective when you're below 50% of the time. So I would say I gave him a 1.5. 1 point. I gave him another 1 point for that 40% skill damage reduction when he's below 50% HP. Maybe 1.5. So for defense, he will get a total of, for defense, he get 2 plus 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus 0.5 plus 1.5, which leave him at 10. So his defense score is 10. Let's go for his support scores. So for support, he has that 10% damage reduction buff for everybody, and the buff range is huge, like big circle area. I would say for his support score, I would give him a 4. So in total, he has 1.5 plus 10 plus 4, which leave him at 15.5. So he at 15.5 points total. Support is 4. So let's go back to the tier list with Constantine at 15.5. Where should he be? $15.5. So he's somewhere around with richer scores. Okay, let's go back to the game again. Make sure I don't forget resetting the point here. Okay, so next one we have a Guan Yu. So let's break down his attacks. So we have a 2,000 AoE damage. We say we get 7. We say we get 1 point for every 300 AoE damage, which gave him at 7 points in attack. He also has 30% infantry attack bonus boost, which gave him another 3 points in attack. He also have a 50% chance to deal 1,000 to 1,000 to 1,400 damage to a single target. 50% chance of 1,000 to 1,400. So we'll give him a 1.5 points for that skill. So in total, his attack score is 7 plus 3 plus 1.5, which leave him at 11.5 attack points. Guan Yu, a very high skill damage commander. Very high skill damage. Next, we will look at his defense. We'll see how many points we can give it to him. So he have a 3-second silence. We say we gave 1 point for every 2-second silence. So 3-second silent, we gave him 1.5 points. He also able to heal 1,000 after he leaving the battle. If you know how to play him well, you can heal a lot. So this is not all the time healing skill. So we will give him a 1 point for this skills. So in total for his defense, he get 1 plus 1.5, which is 2.5 point in defense. And let's go to the supports. So for supports, he has that 3-second AoE silent up to 3 targets. A big area. I would say I would give him another 3 points for supports because the AoE silent, it can affect any target nearby him. Can help a lot with the teams. So his score total is 11.5 plus 2.5 plus 3, which leave him at 17. So we go to the tier list again. And we have a Guan Yu here. We have him at 17 points. So range from 15 to 17. The next commander we have is Sanzu. So Sanzu have a 1,000 AoE damage up to 5 targets, and we say we gave 1 point for every 300 AoE damage. So Sanzu get a 3.5 points for attack. He also has a 50 rage per restore 50 rage per target hits. So we gave him another 0.5 points for attack. He has 20% skill damage bonus. So we say we gave 1 point for every 10% skill damage bonus. So he get another 2 points. So for attack, he get 3.5 plus 0.5 plus 2, which is 6. So Sanzu got 6 points in attack. For defense, he get a damage taken reduced by 10%. So we say we get 2 points for every 5% damage reduction. So you get 2 points. He also have a 10% health. We say we get 1 point for every 10% health. So he get another 1 point for defense. So his defense total is 1 plus 2, which is 3. So we get 3 points in defense. Support. He doesn't have any support skills. So we'll leave him at 0. So his total score is 6 plus 3. So we go back to the tier list and we will put him at 9 to 11. Okay, next commander we have is Eulji Moondog. So we move here. Okay, so for attack, Yugi has a 750 damage, skill active damage, so which give him 1.5 points. He also has a 30% defense reduction for 2 seconds. So we say we gave 1 point for 10%. So he should get 3 points, but then it's only for 2 seconds, which is about 30% of the time. So which leave him at 3 divided by 3, which is 1 point. So we get another 1 point for attack. He also have a 15% attack increase. So he get another 1.5 points for attack increase. He get a 10% chance to increase his own troop damage by 100%. For that, we give him another 0.5 points. So which leave him at 1.5 plus 1.5 plus 0.5 plus 1, which is 4.5 for attack. So his attack score is 4.5. Defense, he get a 15% defense increase. So again, another 1.5 points for defense. And I think that is it for him. He doesn't have any other defense. So 1.5. For support, if you look at his first active skill damage, it's a defense reduction on the target. So any marches attacking the same target will also able to be benefit from that 30% defense reduction. So we give him 1 point for that support skill. So total he has 4.5 plus 1.5 plus 1, which leave him at 7. So Eulji, Moondog have a total score of 7. Okay, we gotta go to the last infantry commander now. I haven't unlocked Leo yet, but I can break down his skill for you guys. Like other part of the player, you need to be able to evaluate a commander from reading to their skills, because sometimes you need to know how good they are before you unlock them. You don't want to wasting everything, unlock a commander to test him out just to realize that he's completely useless. So you need to be able to break down a commander before you decide to invest in them. Okay, so let's go for Leo. For attack, first we have a 600 AoE damage. So he get 2 points for it, because we say we get 1 point for every 300 AoE damage. He also has that 15% rage restore speed. We can give him another 0.5 point for it. He also has a small chance, to increase attack by 15% for 3 seconds. Like a very small chance, and it's only applied when he's below 50%. So we give him another 0.5 point for that skill. He also have a 25% chance to increase normal and counter attack damage by 10%, and can stack up to 4 times. So it could be up to you could get up to 40% attack damage, 40% counter attack damage, and 40% normal attack damage. That's how much, as high as you can get for that. But it's only, I think it only works about 50% of the time. So we will give him another 4 points for that skill. So in total, its attack score is 2 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 4, which will leave him at 8. We'll keep him at 8. No. Actually, his this skill, the 25% chance increase all damage dealt by its own chip by 5%. 4 times. I think 4 points is a little too high. I think 3 points should be appropriate. So he will get 2 points from 600 AoE damage, 0.5 point from that 15% rage restore speed, another 0.5 from that 10% chance to increase attack by 15%, and 3 points from the 25% chance to increase his own tube damage. So his attack score will be at 2 plus 0.5 plus 0.5 plus 3, which is 7. Defense. His first skill, 30% health for 3 seconds, which is again 30% of the time. So we get our 3 points for 30% of the time, which is 3 divided by 3, 1. So we get 1 point in defense for that 30% health for 3 seconds. He also have a 30% defense increase, so we get 3 points for it. 15% rage, 15% rage restore, which can help casting the defense, the active skill faster. Will also help with his defense, so we give him another 0.5 point for defense. He has a chance to show 800 when below 50%. So small chance. So we gave him another 0.5 point for defense. So in total for defense, he get 1 plus 3 plus 0.5 plus 0.5, which leave him at 5. So he has 5 points in defense. Supports, he doesn't have any support skill, so we give him at 0. So we'll go back to the tier list, and we'll put Leo at 12 to 14 points range. So this is your final ranking based on individual commander strength. One thing to keep in mind is that this is just the commander by themselves. They're not pairing. When pairing commander together or picking a pair of commander you want to work on, you need to know which one have a good synergy with one another. Just like in life, you go well with some coworker and some coworkers you just don't get along. So, for example, like Chor, he only had like 12 points total. But if you pair him up with another nuker as a secondary commander, like that secondary nuker commander will get that 30% damage increase, which is a lot. That's how he can elevate other commanders. So, like, if you want to know which commander pairings you should be focusing on, I have another video about the pairing commander tier list, which you can check. Just look it up. Best pairing commander for Rise of Kingdoms. Again, yeah. So this is a tier list for all the infantry commanders available right now in Rise of Kingdoms. I hope it helped you guys in some way. Thanks for watching, guys.